Frankful Friday. Last few weeks it's been Frankless because he was in Italy, but it's Frankful, and I'm thankful for the Frankful. And you're watching Liquid Lunch on NEWSMAX TV, where I try to make everything in alliteration if possible. Rhyming also helps for soothing people's ears, but soothing your eyes. Joining me again is Frank Morano, my managing editor, and the one and only Jonathan Bell from the Bell Law Group. And Jonathan comes down and tells you all the little things you need to know and big things you need to know in the workplace when you're hiring people, when you're hiring interns. You know, John, thanks for joining us again. A lot of people, we have a lot of business owners on and stuff, and then they tend to watch afterwards. They put it on in their office. And a lot of people tell me that when you come on, because we're talking to a lot of entrepreneurs, that they're learning from it. And that's like what's most important to me. And number two, at least for my audience, they can never hire you because you'd be conflicted out of that.
I'm not so sure
I don't want you representing anyone against me and my people. Right. You're too good.
Well, what I try to bring for your audience is really the most common mistakes people made that could really end up costing you a lot of money. So if you continue to listen to the show and take my advice, you'll never have to worry about these types of lawsuits, which could be very costly. A lot of times, these lawsuits, you have to pay double damages, you have to pay attorney's fees. I mean, really a small claim could all of a sudden you turn around, be hundreds of thousands of dollars and really put stress on your business.
So let me ask you this. I am a very poor manager of employees, okay? Organizationally and administratively, I'm terrible. I'm disorganized. But we do have some interns that work really hard for us. They do stuff at home. They want to be involved in film and television and all that stuff, but they don't get paid. So you're telling me some employers, you were just telling me, can get themselves some hot water with doing like little things.
Sure. So the deal with interns is they're there to learn. It has to be a learning environment. If you're hiring interns just so you don't have to hire employees, you're going to get hit with a lawsuit most likely. Now, there's a real argument. First of all, there's the law. And then there's what's right. Obviously, if an intern wants to come and learn from someone like you and Frank, and ultimately meet people.
What parent would want their kid to come learn from me?
But really, you can meet people, make connections that could help you in the real
That's
world.
Right. That's a value.
You get some experience.
So
every now and then you ask them to get coffee and donuts and things like that. Really, they should be okay. But according to the law, if they want to start a lawsuit, they can, because they're not learning anything by getting coffee and donuts. Also, if you promise them a job after the internship, that could be looked at as unpaid illegal training. So you can't promise them the job during the internship. If they do a good job and you think they're bright and you want to hire them afterwards, have that conversation after the internship ends, so you're not muddying the waters and saying, well, this is training, this is free.
Just tell me. I can't tell every one of them, intern, don't get paid, get me coffee, park my car, and when you're done, I'll hire you, and then never hire them and tell the same story. I can't keep doing that.
If you want to do that, the answer is pay minimum wage.
Pay minimum wage.
Pay minimum wage.
There's an outcry behind the camera for minimum wage.
And by the way, minimum wage is changing at the end of the year.
15.
It's 15. Now it's 15 for 11 or more. For 10 or less employees, it's going from $13.50 to $15. Out in Long Island, it's going from $12 to $13. Long Island and Westchester, and the rest of the state from $11.10 to $11.80. Not January 1st, December 31st.
John is going to have
2019.
A long 2020. That's for sure. But so seriously, though, Jonathan, we all have heard stories, and many of us have been in offices where you're so desperate to get your foot in the door, you'll happily intern, work for free, and get coffee, but you're telling me the days of doing that are over.
So the days are not over with respect to the fact that these hard-working hustlers who want to go in and they're going to turn a blind eye to this stuff. But technically, yes, there could be a lawsuit, and some people have...
And there have been a number of, especially in media organizations, a number of lawsuits
media
to that
organizations have been a big hit, because they get a lot of publicity and they get more clients for the law firm.
All right.
So when Frank yells out, "Hey Patrice, can I have a bubbly?"
First of all, she offered. Second of all,
well, I'm saying sometimes you yell it out.
Second of all, she told me she was being paid, so I didn't think she was an intern. Yeah, well, I don't know. Have you been paid? Yeah. All right. So she's getting paid. She's getting paid. She's getting paid for that. Now, she did. Bell's like, let him ring the Jonathan Bell.
Yeah, ring the Jonathan Bell. Ring it. Go ahead, hit it. Bang. Oh, okay. He doesn't know the rules yet.
She did buy a case of bubbly on her own, and she submitted the receipt. We'll see where this reimbursement goes. But
You know what? Let me just tell you this.
Go ahead.
No one here gets paid.
that's for
Okay?
sure.
Okay.
Everyone here is working from the love of their heart. Okay? And if
I
anyone
lose
that's
money
an
on this,
intern
though.
that thinks they're getting paid, I am engaging in open and notorious behavior, which severely diminishes any opportunity for them to bring a case because they know when they entered here, no one's getting paid.
Right,
So if
right.
they had some reasonable thought that they were going to get paid, they're
Listen,
unreasonable.
The fact of the matter is, a lot of people do what you guys do, if in fact you're doing it. I'm not saying that you do, but a lot of guys do where they take internships and they don't pay them, and a lot of times nothing happens.
Well,
They'll get
you know
away
what?
with it, no problem.
How many
I'm just
guys
telling
pay
you,
them
from an
for-
employment law? You want me here to educate your audience, and I'm telling you, internships, if you want to be completely safe, pay them minimum wage. If not, don't ask them to do like little tasks where they're not learning anything. It's supposed to be an educational environment.
And
you're not supposed to get any benefit as the employer.
I'm going to
Are we
teach
paying
you.
you, Anthony? We're paying you also? Oh, just travel. All right.
Well, is that good? I mean, a lot of internships don't even pay travel.
Minimum wage is minimum wage, but it depends on what he's doing here.
Well, I have been teaching
I
him
just
how to
asked him
park
to
my
get my
car
computer,
from
yeah.
time to time.
Right.
He's
Before
just
we-
learning how to drive automatic, so I think he's learning.
Before we get out of here, I feel like I'm most days a volunteer here, and so we've talked to you before a lot about the mandatory sexual harassment training that a lot of workplaces have had to undergo. If people are volunteering at a workplace, John and his brother, they had Guy on Rescue, helped a lot of people in the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy. They had all these people volunteering. If people are volunteering somewhere, whether it's a for-profit or a non-profit, do they have to, the volunteers, have to go through the sexual harassment training?
Okay, so according to New York state law, the answer is no. But realistically, you still should have them do it because a volunteer or intern under the New York state law still could bring a case for sexual harassment. So if they bring a case, it's a nice defense to have to say, yeah, we weren't required to have them undergo this training, but we still had them undergo it because we thought it was a good idea.
So you're telling me if we're running a volunteer organization to help people recover from a national catastrophe, a hurricane, they come down to volunteer, I'm supposed to give them sexual harassment training?
Not required,
No, I know,
but a
but
good
they
idea.
can't. But they
Good
have
idea, why
have
not?
grounds for a cause.
45
a case.
minutes, let them take
What
it
about,
on their own
what about
time,
this?
and it
What
prevents a
about when they
lawsuit.
come down? Can we ask them if they've ever been arrested?
No.
No,
Definitely
not.
not.
Even the volunteer, they have
Like I
workers'
said,
rights.
in New York City,
Can I ask them if
in
they
New York
plan on
City-
getting pregnant?
100%.
Can't ask that either. No.
But look, go. That's a good question with the back.
You should really have him on retainer. You're
Yeah. No, I'm asking the questions that people want to know.
background checks. You have
Many
to
people are
offer them
asking
the
this.
job first. Offer them the job first. Tell them it's subject to a background check. The background check comes back. If there's some criminal conviction in the past, you actually have to undergo an analysis still to see if it's really related to the job duties and functions. So very important and very specific rules you have
Can
to
I
follow.
ask a
Don't do
volunteer
this
what-
on your own without a lawyer.
Can I ask a volunteer what religion they are?
Religion?
Yeah, they're volunteering.
So volunteers are a little bit different, but I would still stay away. You're not going to get any
Can't
good.
ask them that.
Nothing good is going to happen.
Well,
they still have rights
I ask
under New
them what
York
sex
State
they are?
and New York City. What do you need to
I
know
mean,
about?
I want to know.
What do you need to know about?
What am I hiring?
How about
what
ask
brand
about
of
the
human are you?
ask about the qualifications. Talk about the job. See what kind of if they'll be good.
Qualifications is not even on the top 20 things John asks in an interview.
Listen, let me do all his interviews, will you?
You're watching Liquid Lunch, where the freaks hang out, especially on Friday. I want to thank. Oh wow, what a catch! That's going in the high five next week. JB, thank you very much.
All right.
Sorry to give
Good
you the
seeing
wet
you
hand.
guys.
This guy's the best.
Okay.
We have a
Yeah,
good
take
time.
care.
I joke
Thank you.
around. No animals were harmed in this segment either. So, vegan, organic, everything. Stay right there. You can take a quick break. Come back with more Liquid Lunch right after this.